Hello, my sweet friend. I am Cristina Arevalo, cake business, productivity coach, and podcaster. I help cake makers like you manage your business productively and with ease, taking control of your time and workflow to avoid stress and burnt out. I offer personalized strategies and supportive community to help you stay organized, productive, and in charge of your success. Your cake business should bring you joy, not stress. I'm here to help you build an efficient, successful, and sustainable business without feeling overwhelmed and burned out. With the right planning, strategies, and mindset, you can reach your goals, stay organized, and enjoy the journey. Let's make your cake business work for you, not the other way around. Hi there. If you like this podcast and enjoy this episode, there's only one thing I ask from you. Please follow this podcast, download this episode, and leave me a started review in any of your favorite podcast platforms where you're listening to this show now. This way, the algorithm will show the podcast to more cake artists who will benefit from, and you'll be helping me grow this show. And don't forget to share it on social media and tag me, and I'll gladly follow you back. I would love to hear what you have to say. Leave me a comment on Spotify or answer any of the questions and polls on the episode. Let me invite you to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as the Art Cake Coach, or follow the links on the show notes to find out more ways to stay connected. Visit www.theartcakecoach.com for more. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here. Super happy to have you all back for another episode. Almost closing the year 2025. I cannot believe it. But yes, it is what it is. And today since we're going into the topic of goal setting, I already did an episode last week about goal setting, and we are preparing for a goal setting challenge on the beginning of 2026. I think today's topic it's going to be quite relevant for setting our goals. Today we're talking about from limiting beliefs to clear goals. Why being coachable changes everything. So, welcome to today's episode. I'm very happy to be here with all of you. And before we start the episode, I just want to put you up to date with some news, if you can say it, some news. You know that Spotify usually at the end of the year, usually always, I don't know how long it's been doing it, but at the end of the year, they do the wrapped, um, I don't know, feature of as a user of Spotify, of all the things that all the artists that you listen, the podcasts that you listen to, the how many hours you spend on listening certain musics. They even tell you how old you are according to your musical taste. Well, funny thing, my Spotify account, my personal account on Spotify is connected to the TV in the house and everything in the house. So when we sit down for dinner, we usually like to put some like background music, which it's always this kind of list of cozy dinner or I don't know, classics or even classical music, whatever. And so according to Spotify, my musical age is 78 years old, but it's not my fault because my Spotify is being hacked by everyone in the family. So this is just it was just funny to see that because I think the song that I listened the most to, it's my daughter's favorite song because she keeps playing it on the TV. So that's what happened. The only thing that was certain were the list of podcasts that I listened to. Yes, those were spot on, and I'm really happy because well, this is gonna sound really bad, but it's only for research purposes. My number one podcast is my own podcast, and I'm gonna explain why. Because every time I release an episode, I like to go and listen to it as if I am, audience. Just listen to it while I walk the dog, so I can see if I made any mistakes, if I need to go back and edit anything else, if how I sound, if I'm too repetitive, if I interrupt the guest too much, which is something I need to work on. I get really excited when I talk to my guests, and I think I talk too much with them. But yeah, that's something that I need to work on for 2026. I hope my guests don't hate me for it, but I don't think so. But anyway, I like to go back and listen. So the number one podcast that I listen to the most, of course, is the Arcade Coach podcast, which sounds a little bit narcissistic, but hey, it's just for research purposes. Now the following four podcasts, and I have to give a shout out to them because all of them have been guests on the podcast. Well, but one, because the second podcast that I listen to the most is the Diary of the CEO. Huh, I wish, but no, the Diary of the CEO. I wish he was a guest one day in the podcast, but one can only dream, right? And why not? You never know. I always throw this thing out at the universe because you never know what could happen. Now, the other three podcasts were, um, of course, my friend Yvonne from Adventures in Cakeland. Yvonne, if you're listening, you are my number three most listened podcast. Then I have Savannah. But Savannah, you haven't released any more episodes. So you went down to number five because I haven't listened to you more because you don't have any more episodes. But you were in my top five list. And I think it was number two was Yvonne. Number one was the Arcade Coach podcast. Number two was the Diary of the CEO. The third was Yvonne. The fourth was Kylie Kelly, who was also here on the podcast. She works with email marketing and newsletters. I loved having her here, and I really listened to her. It's really good. So go check it out. If you're stuck with managing your email marketing and it's an alternative to social media, go check it out because she's amazing. And hopefully next year we will be doing some collaboration together. And number five, because you haven't released any more episodes, it's Savannah. Savannah from the Cake Business Academy and her podcast. We need more episodes, Savannah, of your podcast. So that was fun, the wrapped of Spotify. But I'm telling you all this story because as creators, us who have podcasts, we get also a wrapped 2025 for creators, which is, I mean, it's extremely fun because you can get a lot of data of what's happening with your podcast. But before anything, I have to be a big, big, big shout out to my dear Sharita from Moonchild Sweets because she shared on her Instagram that she was one of the top number one fans of the Arcade Coach podcast. And she shared with me, and I'm really happy. Thank you, Shurita, for listening. It was a surprise for me to know that I have number one fans somewhere in the world. So, um, I mean, we haven't, it's so great because these number one fans are people who you don't know, but you know they listen to what you say. And somehow I really hope that what I say helps them in any shape or form. I mean, I really wish that everything we said here on the podcast with the guests, or everything I share with you, landed for you and really help you, or at least keep you company while you bake. As she mentioned, she sometimes listens to me while she's baking. So thank you for letting me be your baking companion as you bake. Thank you so much, really. And that's not it because I'm going to share a few of the fun things that happen about the Arcade Coach podcast on the Wrapped from Spotify. So apparently, I have 14 number one fans. I know this could sound like silly for any other shows, but for me, it's like, wow, I cannot believe there's 14 people who listen to me, maybe more than my kids and my husband. So thank you very much. The followers went up 16%, which is amazing. I have a total of new audience of 369%. What? And I have to say, I recently saw on the page of the podcast on Spotify for creators that we already reached the mark of 7,500 down not downloads but listens. Like people have listened to the podcast 7,000 times. Thank you so much. What else do I have? Let me just share with you here. The number one episode, and this really caught my attention. The number one episode, most heard episode of 2025 was number 159, The Importance of Taking a Break. That says something, people. That really says something because maybe there's something going on and people really need to take a break, and they could relate to what I said on the episode. So thank you so much for listening to that one. Countries, how many countries? This was fun too, to see how many countries are listening to the RK Coach podcast. 19 countries. Thank you. 19 countries. This is really cool. And number one, it's Portugal. Thank you to Portuguese people who's listening to me, because I really honestly thought it was just me listening to the podcast here in Portugal. So thank you so much. United States, thank you guys. United Kingdom, thank you very much. India, thank you so much. And Canada, oh my God, thank you so much, guys. This is really cool. The Art Cake Coach was named, according to Spotify, as a 2025 marathon show. So that means that it's recommended to just binge, not watching, but listening. A 2025 talked about show. People share it and talk about it. Thank you so much. And a 2025 most shared show. What? Thank you so much, guys. You are amazing. I have 42 fans, which this show are in the top 10. I have 30 fans, which this show is the top 5 shows. And 15% of them binge at least 2 episodes in one day. Thank you so, so much. I mean, all of this is just, I guess Spotify does it to give you a boost of course, keep using the platform, but it actually validates everything that I do here behind this microphone and by myself on my studio here in Lisbon, Portugal. So, thank you so much to everyone. Thank you, Sharita, for sharing that you are one of my number one fans. And if you see you're wrapped from Spotify and I happen to be on your top list, share it with me. I would love to give you a shout out here on the show. Now, this was a big introduction because I really want to share the news with you. But today's episode is about limiting beliefs and what means to be coachable. And of course, I want to pair that with the goal setting since we're getting into the topic of goal setting. Now, why am I smashing all these three topics together? Actually, this is the perfect topic combo for you guys, for my audience, because it speaks directly to two things, that is mindset and action, which is where so many cake business owners get stuck. We have many ideas, we work on our mindset, we set goals, but to get into the actionable part can sometimes take time. If not, never happens. So that's why today's episode is about this. Today we're going to talk about what limiting beliefs are and why they show up. I haven't done an episode on limiting belief in a long time. I think there's only one episode on the first season. So I think it's about time. What it truly means to be coachable, because there is a science behind it, and how both connect directly to goal setting and follow through. So stay with me because in the next part, we're going to talk about what are limiting beliefs. We love Cercino and we love its digital magazine. Cercino's free monthly magazine, We Love Pastry, is a monthly digital magazine bursting with absolutely incredible, easy to follow, and unique cake tutorials created by very talented artists from around the globe. Interesting interviews and blogs. You can also win products worth £50 and much more. You have cake tutorials, product information, cake events, cake collaboration, and you name it. Don't miss the free digital magazine every month by clicking in the link on the description of this episode. Thank you, We Love Pastry, for sponsoring today's episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Okay, my friends, limiting beliefs. What are they? Well, the words, I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Those are beliefs that limiting our actions. Um, what is a belief? Okay, a belief is. I'm not reading it anywhere. I'm trying to get. I don't know. I'm trying to get philosophical with you, if you can say it. If we could say that. For me, I'm going to talk about me. For me, a belief is something that it's set in my mind and I don't question it. There's not a way to question it because it's so encrypted in my head. It's so um it's just there. It's There's no question about it. For some people, it's faith. For some people, is willpower. For some people, is just believing in themselves. For some people, is believing in their skills. Um, but there are things that you just don't question. It's just it is what it is. So that's a belief for me. If there is anything in your life that you can identify as that, something that you just don't question. I'm not going to get religious here, but if it is your faith and you don't question it, that's what I want you to picture as a belief, or as a belief, sorry. But in our head, we have other limiting beliefs that we do not question, and they're actually telling us a story that is damaging our self image, is damaging our everyday life, is damaging our relationship, and is damaging our businesses, the way we see our work, the way we work, the way we communicate with clients. Um, it's limiting the function of a lot of things. That's why they are limiting beliefs. So now that we understand what limiting beliefs are, which are mainly stories that we repeat ourselves that shrink our confidence and decisions, like I don't know, um, I'm not good enough. Other bakers are better than me. I'm gonna try to bring it into the cake business world, right? I'm not good enough. Other bakers are better than me. Everybody seems to have it figured out but me. I'm bad at marketing. I'm bad at social media. I don't deserve high prices. I tried it before, it doesn't work. I mean, all of these beliefs, or I don't know, I cannot show myself on social media for my business because I'm not pretty enough. I'm not thin enough. Whatever, especially women. Oh my God, we tell ourselves so much BS. But anyway, uh, these are limiting beliefs. Now, here comes the important part. We identify limiting beliefs. We can identify them. We can say, yeah, I think I'm always repeating myself that I'm never going to be as good as the next baker. So I'm afraid to raise my prices. I'm afraid to show myself online. I'm afraid to ask for more. I'm afraid to teach classes. Or, I mean, we identify those thoughts. And if you right now take a minute, close your eyes and think about it, there is always something that we say, but, oh, I could do that, but, or, well, I will do it when, if, because there is a limiting belief coming afloat in our head, right? The thing is, we can identify limiting beliefs, but identifying limiting beliefs and choosing not to act on it, choosing not to do anything about it, is making our limiting beliefs, or turning our limiting beliefs into an excuse. And here's where I come and say, you're just giving yourself excuses. You're not, because, I mean, a limiting beliefs is a belief, is something that is just there and we don't question. But when somebody comes along, like a coach or like a friend, or even yourself, and you start questioning that belief and you choose not to do anything about it, honey, what you have now is just an excuse to leave behind. Behind your excuse, I mean, yes. It's like, well, but no, people in my area would never pay for that much. It won't charge that much. No, that's not gonna happen. Okay, then work in a different area or change your limiting beliefs, but don't use that as an excuse not to do anything. We can reframe thoughts, we can reframe limiting beliefs, just as changing their perspective into a positive one, like, I'm not good enough yet, but I will be at some point. I'm working on it, I'm preparing, I'm learning. Other bakers are better than me. No, other bakers start exactly where I am, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I'm not in the same wavelength as them. We're not in the same time frame. They're ahead. They started before. So why am I comparing with them? I'm bad at marketing. No, I can learn marketing and I can ask people who knows about marketing to help me out. I don't deserve high prices. What is my money mindset? Why I think I'm unworthy of getting paid more? I tried before, it didn't work. Well, try it again, honey. It's never going to work on the first time. And or try it differently, but just keep trying because you never know what could happen. This past belief often comes from past failures, family or cultural money stories, social media comparison, and fear of judgment. Once we identify that, the crucial part is to decide to reframe it and to work on it, or just simply take that thought, put it on a drawer, and never think about it again because it's not true. I think I gave the example here before of another podcast that I listened to, and it was a coach, and he said, imagine right now, of course, this has to work. Okay, let me tell you the story first. Imagine if right now I tell you, I hate your pink hair, and you don't have pink hair. You'll be like, what's wrong with you? I don't have pink hair. What are you talking about? We cannot believe in what you're saying, what the other person is saying, because it's just not true. I mean, what are you talking about? It doesn't match who we are. So, those limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves most of the time don't match what we actually are. So, take those thoughts, put it on a drawer, and remember, you do not have pink hair. So, if you don't have pink hair, why would you believe that? If you don't, I mean, let's go to one of these beliefs. I'm not good enough. What is good enough? Honestly, what is the standard you're measuring yourself to? Good enough compared to what? Because if it is compared to yourself, believe me, every time you do a new cake, you're going to be better than the last one. Now, if you're comparing yourself with other people, why would you be comparing yourself with other people? Why? It's like, it's ridiculous. Other people is other people, it's not you. The other baker maybe started 10 years before you. Why? Why would you believe it? So take the thought, put it in a drawer, and keep moving on. I have a little prompt for you as a listener. What belief has been quietly guiding your decisions lately? This is sort of like not a homework, but I mean, think about that. Just let it sink in. What belief has been quietly guiding your decisions lately? When we come back, we're going to talk about how limiting beliefs affect your goals because this is a part that I want to connect. So don't go anywhere because this is getting really good. Okay, how limiting beliefs affect your goals. You're setting goals, right? You want, I don't know what you want, but you want something better, greater, I don't know, different for this year. Now, if we connect our limiting beliefs with our action, what happened is we never move forward. So those limiting beliefs are actually preventing yourself to achieve those goals. It's one of the reasons. Very simple. If my goal is to make more money and I still believe that I cannot raise my prices, eh, how's that going to work? If my limiting belief is that I'm not good enough and I want to participate or even win at a cake competition like Cake International, uh, how's that gonna work? So, if my limiting belief is I'm not good at marketing, I'm not good at social media, and one of my goals is to get more clients, how's that gonna work? So, yeah, that's why limiting beliefs are a key factor, or changing those limiting beliefs is a key factor on goal setting. Limiting beliefs can cause playing small goals for safe targets. It's like, well, my goal, my real goal inside my heart is I really want to make more money this year. But, it's hard because I don't think I deserve it, and people in my area won't pay for that much. So, you know what? I want to change that goal to just to, I don't know, get one more client a month. So that will make me more money. But I'm not raising my prices. Over planning and underdoing. Oh, I'm planning all my goals, like all of them. Ooh, I did everything Christina told me to do. I wrote them down. I made the list. I reframed them. I went to the SMART method, the HAM method. We did the challenge at the beginning of the year. But after the hype of January and the goal setting stops, it's like, well, life happens. So yeah, I overplan, but I never do. Avoiding visibility is like, if I don't tell anybody about my goals and if I just keep it to myself, nobody will hold me accountable for it. Nobody will know. So it's fine. I'm good. Not raising prices, saying yes to opportunities. Again, if you don't believe, or if your limiting belief has to do with money and prices, you end up not raising your prices and also denying yourself opportunities that can make you either make more money, get more visibility, or just simply get your business to thrive. Because, you want to play it small, you want to be safe. Quitting too early. Well, I did all that Christina told me to do. I set the goals, I did everything, and it doesn't work. It must be Christina's fault. Her method doesn't work. So, yeah, it's okay. Bye bye. I'm not doing it. Don't say that, please. My methods do work. But anyway, you quit too early because you're afraid actually of the outcome. That could be a limiting belief too. So, you don't usually fail because of your skills. Skills can be learned. Remember that. We have talents that we are born with, they are innate in us, right? We have talents. I always say that it's easier to make an artist into a cake artist than a baker into a cake artist, because there's a natural talent that an artist has that can be translated to any medium, even an edible one. So, yes, that's true. Skills that we have in life, but we can learn more skill. We can perfect the skill. So you don't fail because of your skills. You stall because of the story you tell yourself that you cannot do it, because you are safe behind your story, because you do not want to steer that soup, because it's way more comfortable to stay where you are than to say, well, you know what? I'm going to do something different. And I always tell this to my coaches. If you do something different, if you change that thing that you want to change, what is the worst thing that can happen? If you get that limiting belief and you change it, and just give yourself a time frame of, let's say, you want to raise your prices, and you raise your prices and you give yourself a time frame of 6 months to see the results. Just give your just do it. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. What would happen if you don't do it? Or if you do it, what is the worst outcome? In 6 months, you don't get as many clients. But if you don't get as many clients, but they're paying more, you're actually making the same amount of money. So who's losing there? Right? So think about that. Now, since I'm talking about my coaches, the other day I was reading a book. There was a phrase that says, "Not everybody is coachable," and what means to be coachable. And that really hit home, because I was like, in my head, it made so much sense to me getting getting help from a coach and giving help to others. This could help everyone. Like, my enthusiasm to do this on this beautiful cake community is because I see so many cake artists stuck and underpaid and afraid of showing up and overworking. not having a schedule to say, well, I'm here to the rescue. That was my thought, Christina to the rescue, because I do that. That's a default on me. If I see somebody with a problem, my first instinct is to solve it. If I see something that is not working, my first instinct is find a solution for it, which is also a psychological trait that later on I learned what it was. But anyway, that's not for today. And when I read that not everyone is coachable, I was like, what? No, we have to be great coaches to coach everyone. And it doesn't work like that. Not everybody is coachable. And the key of being coachable is to be open, right? Open to the change. And I talk a lot about changing, about reframing things, about the mindset, and about the time management, about the goal setting. But doesn't matter what I say if you don't want to change it and doing the other side, if you don't want to do anything about it, if you want to just keep hiding behind your limiting beliefs, there's nothing that I say and nothing that I do that is going to change. So, what it means to be coachable, and why am I pairing this with this topic? Because the only way to actually change and reframe your thoughts is to be open to change them. And that is one of the traits of being coachable. Being coachable means you're open for anybody, just me or anybody else, to help you. Be open to learning, accepting honest feedback. Not everybody does that. Or sometimes people does it like, oh yeah, yeah, that's great. And then they turn off the phone or their uh the coaching call, and they go back to their lives. It's like, well, yeah, that sounds good over there, but it's not true in real life. So accepting honest feedback and being open to learn are key aspects of actually being open for change and being coachable. Trying new approaches even if they feel uncomfortable. Our body, our life, our body, everything is made not to be uncomfortable. We seek as humans to be comfortable economically, be comfortable with our health, be comfortable with what we eat, be comfortable in life, be comfortable. Just that's our default. Even the other day, I was talking to a doctor about a diet, and said one of the reasons why why diets are so hard is because our body gets uncomfortable, and when our body gets uncomfortable, it get into um into panic mode, and you want to eat more, and you want to all of the things that you're not supposed to do, you want to do it now. So we are made to be comfortable. Trying something new that makes you feel uncomfortable is really, really hard, and it's just easier to not do it. It's just easier. So you're not if you're not open to that, you're not coachable. Letting go of egos and perfection. If you're not ready to change that, if you're not ready to stop living in your head, it's not going to work. And believing improvement is possible is key. If you don't believe it, if you're so stuck in your thought, and you're so comfortable in that limiting beliefs or whatever you are at, um, you're not going to believe actually that improvement is possible. So, in order for things to change, now that we're going to set new goals for 2025, 2026, Christina, 2025 is over almost. Now that we're setting new goals for 2026, now that we're, you know, starting, uh, New Year is just an excuse. I don't believe in New Year as a new year, but let's say it's our big Monday to start, right? So now that that is approaching, and that we really want to do something remarkable with our cake businesses, that we really want to, and it doesn't have to be remarkable. That's the beauty of it. It doesn't have to be like, wow, she achieved so much. If you get to the end of next year feeling that, or knowing that you made more money, you got to a new comfortable, right? To a higher comfortable. And everything that was difficult for you became a habit. And everything is uphill for you and your business, that's great. That's great. You don't have to be in three television shows and win big awards on Cake International, or, or I don't know, or have the perfect social media curated. No. So if it is as simple as that, but you actually have that feeling that you achieved something, that's what I want for you next year. And if there is a big decision that you're trying to make and it's not happening, think about it. Think what is limiting you to happening. Of course, be smart, because um I also I don't like, I'm not going to say the word hate because it's too much, but I don't like those coaches that go and say, you can do anything you want. Don't play it small. You can do it. Wait a second. I'm sorry. I'm a Virgo. It's like, I need to do the math. I need to count things. I need to know that I'm going to a place that I can see going through to. Sorry. So it's not. I'm not going to be that coach that's going to tell you, impossible is just a word, and you can do anything. I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm not. Okay. I'm Christina, and I'm going to tell you. Um, if you set a goal and you plan for it and you work for it, you're always going to move forward closer to it until one day you're going to get it. Okay. Depending on the effort that you make, depending on the changes that you make, depending on the limiting beliefs that you drop, you're going to get closer to that goal. Now, how you get it, if it's going to be tomorrow, if it's going to be next year, that's up to you. But I'm going to help you the steps to get there, right? I'm not going to tell you dream big because you can make 3 millions at the end of the year. No, 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 that's not me. I'm not going to say that, okay? But what I'm going to tell you is you have to be open to change. You have to accept feedback. You have to try something new and new approaches. You have to let go of ego, and you have to believe that improvement is possible. That's what's going to make you closer to your goal. And it doesn't have to be a big goal, it can be small, as long as you achieve and keep achieving and get used to achieving. That's what I want for you. Okay? So, being coachable is more than just calling a coach, setting a coaching call, and saying, well, I'm working with this coach today and she's going to solve my problems. I'm not going to solve your problems. You're going to solve your problems. I'm just going to help you with the steps. That's why limiting beliefs, goals, and being coachable are key to work together. Don't go anywhere, because in the next part, we're going to talk about the bridge between coachability and real goal setting. Running a cake business doesn't have to be overwhelming. Let me help you take control of your time and workflow so you can run a profitable business without burnout. Book a free discovery call and let's chat about your needs, the needs of your cake business, and find out the best strategy to ensure success. Find links in the description of the episode so you can book a 30-minute free discovery call with me and figure it out the best way to help you. And just remember, in case nobody said this to you today, I do appreciate you and I want you to stay safe and stay creative. So, my sweet friend, if you are thinking on either investing in a coach, working with me if you want to, investing in a coaching program, I'm going to walk you through how it works and how it's going to give you results, right? Um, Limiting beliefs, right, produce a block into action. How do we overcome that block into action? Through coachability, we unlock and we execute. That is what we coaches do. We take those limiting beliefs, we reframe those limiting beliefs that are blocking the actions, and we unlock those limiting beliefs and move into execution. What are we going to execute? We set goals, clear goals, and we make them become achievable. That's how the process works. We don't work miracles. We don't change you. We don't tell you what to do. That's another thing. We don't tell you what to do. We coach you. I mean, imagine a coach of a football team, soccer team, if you are in the in the United States. Um, the coach is not going to play the game for you. Have you seen any coach playing in the middle of the field? No. The coach is yelling in the sidelines. That's gonna be me yelling on the sidelines. The coach is going to get your best talents. Oh, you're good at, I don't know any football names. Jesus Christ, my husband loves football, but I actually a block on that. Um, Goalkeeper. You will be a great goalkeeper. You will be a great, I think I know the terms in Spanish and Portuguese, but not in English. Anyway, the positions in the field. They're going to see your talent and they're going to say, you're good in this position, you're good in this position, you're good in this position. They're going to work with your limiting beliefs. Like, don't be silly. You're good. You're good at what you do. Just keep practicing. Keep practicing. Just come to the training sessions. Keep practicing because you're going to get better. And on the game, we're going to place you in the best way, in the best place that you can be. And I'm going to use those talents to make you the best player that you can be. I'm not going to play the game for you. Sorry. So that is what a coach does. We take the best of you, the talents, the innate talents that you have. We make you practice to improve those skills. You're going to get better. You're going to get better. And on the game is your goal. We're going to put you in the place. We're going to tell you which place is the best for you to play. And you're going to go play the game and you're going to win it yourself. I'm just going to be cheerleading in the sidelines. That's going to be me. So that's what a coach do. Let me show you a little difference. Uncoachable goal setting versus coachable goal setting. So, an uncoachable goal setting will be vague dreams. I wish I could, uh, I don't know. I wish I could win Cake International, the big prize. I wish. But I'm just starting out. So, that would be great. Okay. Instead of a clear outcome. This year, I will participate on Cake International for the first time, and I'm going to check it out, see my skill, where it plays. So in the future, I can improve those skills and I can make it to the big prize. That's a clear outcome. No feedback loop. That's an uncoachable goal setting. Like, imagine the goal setting is your vague dream of becoming like, well, but you know what? Maybe you should take it slowly. Let's go step by step. Let's change it. No. I don't need that. Feedback is not good for me. I'm gonna change coaches. That's not gonna happen. Okay. Instead, I will give you little steps into move forward into your business. An uncoachable thing will be to quit too early. A coachable goal setting will be to adjust and keep going. If things are not working, you adjust. Oh, have I adjust this year? So much. And it was such a learning curve to adjust as much as I did this year. Because in other times in my life, I would have quitting. I would have like, not working, I'm leaving. But this time it's like, okay, it's not working this way. Let me try it a different way. I mean, even with the podcast, I tried the video podcast, I tried the recording. I mean, and it didn't work. And I was like, well, it's not working. I'm not gonna quit the podcast. I'm just going to go back to what I do and what my audience wants. So yes, that's what I'm doing. I pivoted so much this year, you have no idea. An uncoachable coachee sets a goal and waits for confidence. No, well, I want to win Cake International. I want to participate at least in Cake International, but not. I mean, okay, we're in January. Cake International is in November. You have time to prepare. Well, maybe not this year. Give me 2 more years to prepare, because I don't have the confidence. Okay, what are you going to do to get the confidence? I don't know, but I need to wait to be confident to do it. It's like, no, you build the confidence by acting. Oh my God. last night I received a Christmas letter from my sister-in-law. She always sends Christmas letter. And she said, Just forget all this. I'm just going to reframe something like, forget about all this self growth, whatever things that you're working on, and just fake it till you make it. One day it will happen. And I just answered to her, that's my life. I fake it till I mean, I just do it. I just do it. If it doesn't work, it will be better next time. I mean, even with a podcast, I just keep trying. And if it's not better, I'll try it the next time. I just told you at the beginning. It's like I listen to it because every time I listen, I'm like, oh, I need to change this. Oh, I need to talk less with my guest. Oh, I need to do this. So, the big message today, my friends, is that goals do not require perfection. They require willingness, they require acting, and they require becoming a habit so they can actually happen and you can grow. Don't go anywhere, because to close this episode, I'm going to give you 3 simple steps to start executing your goals. Well, my friends, as I promised you before, I'm going to give you the 3 steps you need to exercise or implement in order for your limiting beliefs to stop being limiting beliefs and to change that pattern. Step number 1: spot the belief. Write down one sentence and start with, I can't because, and then just complete the sentence. And if it's more than one, just keep writing it until you're run out of limiting beliefs that are not letting you move forward. Then I want you to choose a coachable reframe. Replace that sentence with, I don't know how yet, but I can learn. Okay, so replace all of your limiting beliefs with a reframe towards the positive outcome of that limiting thought. The third step, and well, the last step that I'm going to give you today, is set one small, brave goal. What does that mean? I want to encourage you to uh, do one simple step, one simple action that is actually going to change that limiting beliefs and work towards the reframe that you just did. A goal tied to growth, not comfort. For example, if your limiting belief is about social media, well, this week you're going to post 2 reels. Just do that. Keep it simple. If your limiting belief is that you're not good enough to participate on a collaboration, I want you to write down a pitch and share it with any K collaboration to see if they accept you to be part of it. If it has to do with money, increase the price of one of your treats or increase the price of your cakes just a little percentage, little by little. If it's about a new product, try it out and launch a new product, see what happens. And if it's just getting help about reframing your limiting beliefs, book a coaching call with me. Talk to me. Send me a message and we can sit down and talk about what you need. Find accountability, find help. That is super important because believe me, as I said in the previous episode, it's really hard to do it alone. It's way better when you have accountability. Your success isn't about having fewer fears. We're all going to have fears. Fears I'm not telling you that they're going to disappear. Your limiting beliefs and your fears are not going to disappear. You're just going to be able to spot it and you're going to be able to reframe them. So it's not about having fears, it's about being willing to move forward from them. You don't need a full confidence set to start, and you only need to be open and conscious to change. That is all. So, my sweet friends, remember, goals don't require perfection. They require willingness to grow. That's the only thing they do. And if you need any help, I am here to help you. Book a free discovery call or just get in touch with me and I can tell you what is the best way to work together moving forward. But I don't want you to go today without joining our goal setting challenge that is going to take place in the Art K Coach community on Facebook on from January 5th to January 7th. So it's 3 days 5, 6, and 7 of Goal Setting Challenge, totally free for all my cake friends who would like to join and start the year choosing the next step to go or to move forward into your baking success journey. So, thank you so much, my sweet friends, for joining today's episode. Thank you so much for listening to everyone over there from all the countries that I mentioned, and all my fans, my 16 number one fans out there. Thank you so much. If you're one of them, let me know because I would love to share it on my story and give you a big, big, big shout out and a big thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. We're only 3 episodes away from the end of the year. So I will see you next week. And until then, stay safe and stay creative, my friends. See you next time. Hey, cake friend, before you go, if you've been enjoying this episode and you are ready to take your cake business to the next level, I would love to invite you to join the Art Cake Coach Podcast Club on Spotify. Inside, you'll get access to over 17 exclusive audio classes and time management, goal setting, money mindset, and more. Everything you need to feel organized, confident, and balanced in your cake journey. And you will get one more extra class each month. You can unlock it right here on Spotify. Just tap on the link in the description of this episode.